Okay, this is live and broadcasting on the internet. Now, I'm really pleased to be talking to Dan Adams. Now, Dan lives in Camberley and he is a candidate in the borough elections and is standing in St Paul's ward. Now, residents will have heard, if you follow my podcast channel, lots of podcasts that I've done with various Conservative candidates. And they've been audio-only podcasts. And to be fair, this will probably be audio as well. But we're doing it live over Google Hangouts on there, and we're exploiting this incredible technology because Dan is very busy campaigning in St Paul's, and I'm very busy campaigning in Mitchett and Deepcut. And we're both busy professionals as well. And so finding the time to get together and to do one of these podcasts has proven to be a bit of a challenge. So we decided to do it the easy way. So I just want to introduce you. Hello, Dan. How are you?
Hiya, Paul. Very well, thank you. Very well.
And how's the campaign going?
Well, my feet tell a different story, but yeah, I've walked 15 miles today, just campaigning, putting leaflets through doors. Yeah, 15 miles in St Paul's. You wouldn't be able to believe it, would you?
It's incredible. And I've got to say, I'm really pleased that you're standing. You came to me several months ago and said to me, listen, Paul, because you and I have known each other for a while. We met on social media, actually, on Twitter, almost like a not internet dating for those who are for those who are watching or listening to this, but you know, Dan and I followed each other on Twitter and we conversed on Twitter for months and months before we ever met each other. And I can't remember. I think we met at an event at Glow Salons and hit it off, and we've become good friends. And Dan said to me several months ago, "I'm thinking of standing in the borough elections. What would you think of that?" And I said to him, well, I think you need to be aware of exactly what's involved, because when I first stood in 2011, no one really told me. And to be fair, even if they had told me warts and all what was involved, I probably would have still stood. But I could understand if some people were put off or would be put off by exactly what is involved, particularly, I suppose, the time commitment, but also that, you know, you're putting your head above the parapet and sometimes somebody might shoot at you, which has proven to be the case on that Facebook group, which I might embed this on afterwards. What's it called? Sorry, Heath Goes to the Polls.
That's right.
Which I would recommend residents have a look at that and see who's active and who's not, kind of thing. And I told you exactly what was involved, warts and all, the time commitment and all the different things, and you still weren't put off. And your wife wasn't put off either, Dan, was she? You there?
Definitely more so. Yeah, she wasn't put off either, and she's been behind me all the way. You
do need a strong partner behind you when you do this, because you know, you a lot of the evenings you're out working on behalf of the community, and like now at campaign time, I mean, my wife and daughter hardly see me. You know, so there is a big commitment. Now, just tell us a little bit about your background, Dan.
Well, I left school at 16, and I worked in travel right the way. Well, I still work in travel now, right. Although now I work with social media and digital marketing within the travel industry. Okay. So it's more a strategy approach to branding as well as the digital marketing side.
Right. And what excites me about you is that you really do understand social media. That's very obvious to me, and it would be nice actually to have another councillor, if you're elected and I'm elected as well, who can help me really sort of make councillors more visible, the work that they do on behalf of residents, and more accountable as well. I think by being visible makes for better openness and transparency. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And it comes across when I've been meeting residents, and they're so happy to meet somebody for a start. But also, and I've said to them, if I'm lucky enough to get elected, I want you to be able to pick up the phone to me, Twitter, whatever, and say, hey, Dan, I've got this issue. Can you help me solve it? Yeah. I don't want to be hiding away and have people think that they can't contact me. So, I'm all my literature. I've got all of the various different ways to contact me.
Right. I mean, I've got to say, particularly in the last, I would say, 2 years anyway, that the vast majority of the casework that I gets originates from social media, particularly Facebook. I get a lot of Facebook direct messages from local residents to say, "Oh, I need your help with something." In fact, I get a lot of residents outside of my ward who contact me,
Oh, wow.
and obviously I just signpost them to the relevant councillor in their ward, kind of thing. But you know, it would be nice, I think, in this next term, the next 4 years, if councillors, and we are definitely going to be getting a lot of new councillors at Surrey Heath Borough Council, because I think, if my memory serves me right, there's 11 or 12 of the existing councillors standing down. So, and I'm hoping that the newer councillors will be far more social media savvy than has been in the past.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and so obviously I'm hoping that you're going to be one of the ones that helps me lead the charge as far as that's concerned. There's some really cool apps as well, isn't there, that have just emerging, like that Periscope app, which is fantastic.
I mean, that's only, what, 18 days old now, that Periscope, and already it's just going to change the face and thinking of journalism, whether it be digital, social, however. It's just going to completely revolutionise journalism as we know it.
Yeah, I think so, and not just journalism, but also citizen journalism and just general stuff going on in the community. I mean, the other night at full council, one of the councillors was, you know, using Periscope to broadcast the meeting from there.
Yes.
You know, I see that happening much more going forward, and the sound quality was fine.
Definitely, and when that's going to help, obviously, residents be able to see what actually does go on. And you know, a lot of residents that are voting for you, and at election time, do they actually know what the job actually entails of each candidate? And that after this, they'll be able to watch it live and watch a meeting live if they so wish, obviously.
Yeah,
and see what everyone.
Okay, now how can people get in touch with you, Dan? So, what is your Twitter?
My Twitter is @Pickled Dan.
What is that? Is that you? Do you like a drink or something? What's that all about?
Some may say, but just working my way through a confused world.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And how can people? What are you on email? What's the best way people can contact you?
Yeah, the email is dan.adams@surreyheathconservatives.co.uk.
Yeah.
I've also got a Facebook page which is actually very, very active at the moment for my campaign.
Okay.
Which they can find at facebook.com/CamberleyDan.
Oh right. Okay. I've not seen that. I need to check that out.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think Facebook, by the way, Dan, it's something I've been tweeting quite a lot recently, that social media is for life, not just at election time.
Most definitely.
You know, I find it quite incredible, actually, that there's quite a lot of people out there, standing councillors as well as candidates who, you know, that, you know, have just started up social media now. And I suspect that some of them will either not use it at all, probably abandon it after the election, or won't use it in the same way, and which is a shame, I think, because it is such a great way of communicating with residents.
Definitely. I mean, to be so instantaneous as well, and getting hold of somebody and say, you know, you can get answers so quickly. But exactly what you're saying about, you know, it is for the whole term rather than just election time. I can see it myself, and you know, residents must be able to see through it as well when people just suddenly crop up.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some councillors, existing councillors, that do use social media quite prolifically in some cases, but there are far more that don't.
Right.
And residents have made it perfectly clear to me on social media, particularly on Facebook, that they want to see councillors using social media to engage. So, you know, I'm going to be particularly the newer councillors that get elected, whether I get elected or not, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be championing the use of social media with our elected members. And like I say, whether I get elected or not, I'm going to be doing that. I hope you'll join me with that, Dan.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're standing in St Paul's ward. Just out of interest, what's the reaction been like on the door? Because I know you've been very active in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, do you know, I've as with a lot of things, I'm on such a steep learning curve with all of this. The first day I went out, actually knocking on doors, I was petrified. I was thinking it's going to be an invasion of people's privacy. They're not going to want to see me. I knocked on doors, and I've been out, I think, managed this week so far. I've managed 17 odd hours of actual door knocking.
Right.
Out my normal job.
Yeah.
And there has been such a fantastic response. It's been amazing. One house I was invited in, I've had coffee and cake, and it's just
cake. You better tell me which house that is. I'm going to get round there, definitely. To be honest with you, the reaction for me has been the same in Mitchett and Deepcut. Even people who have said outright they're not going to vote for me.
Yeah.
Even the ones that have done that have been very friendly. In fact, it's a shame actually, because yesterday, for the first time since I started my campaign, I've had somebody who was rude to me.
Right.
But that, I've got to say, is very, very rare. It never happened once last time in my last campaign in 2011. Not one person was rude to me. So it was a shame, really, and I'm pretty certain there won't be anyone else who will be rude to me. That was just a one-off. And I think he was just an angry fella, to be honest with you, and it wouldn't have mattered who came to his door. He probably would have been rude. But actually I really enjoy knocking doors and talking to residents. I wish I had more time to do it more regularly, to be honest with you. It's good fun, and I've had a couple of people who've invited me in for a drink and all the rest of it, which is really nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It makes doing even more worthwhile that you're doing it for the community, and it shows that what a community we've got already. If they don't mind you knocking on the door and saying, "Oh, welcome," or how's things going down, and
Yeah.
Even when I've gone back up the same road a week later, and I've delivered the manifesto, and there was a chap gardening today, and he said, "Morning, Dan, you're back again." Remember my name.
That's good, isn't it?
A week before, so they're really, really happy about it,
Yeah. Well, Dan, I wish you the very best of luck. I hope I'm re-elected, and I hope you're elected, so that we can work together, because I know that you and I will work really well together. It's a great community that we live in, and it's really great that people like you are putting your head above the parapet and standing. We need more people like you in the community, and it's nice as well to have a younger. I know you're not a spring chicken, but you're certainly not old either. And it's nice to have a bit of a younger talent in the council chamber. So I really hope that you do get elected, because that would be. I think you would have a lot to offer Surrey Heath Borough Council, and I know you're going to do really well. So well done for standing, and keep up the campaigning, and I'm really looking forward to polling day. I can't wait, actually.
No, it's going to be really good. Really
I can't wait. I really can't. So, and I think there's going to be a good turnout this election.
Oh, indeed. I think with it falling on the same day as the parliamentaries,
that's just a bit of good luck. But I think with everything that happened in Scotland recently, I think it's invigorated a bit of interest, and it's still fresh in people's minds, and also these TV debates and all the rest of it. I'm pretty certain there's going to be a great turnout, so it'd be great to see residents out voting and all the rest of it. Also, I'm looking forward to doing more of these with you, Dan. I know you've said you'll do a lot more, and that'll be great, and maybe we can get a few more people involved with it too, which will be fantastic. So well done, and I'll look forward to doing another one of these with you soon.
No worries. Take care, Paul.
Thanks.
Bye.